It is an old wives' tale that if a bee stings you, it will die. But is this story which most of us were taught as children and which many of us have told at some point true? In a nutshell, no. While some bees do die, others do not. Not all bee species have the ability to sting. There are an estimated 20,000 bee species worldwide, and not all of them sting. There are two types of bees, stingless bees and mining bees, which have stingers but are so small that they are mostly ineffective. There are over 500 species of stingless bees, most of which are found in the tropics. They bite rather than sting, and frequently have elaborate nest entrances to deter invaders. But what about the stinging bees? What allows some to survive after unleashing their defensive weapon, while others perish? Honeybees are most often killed by stinging humans or other mammals. When a honeybee stings, it dies horribly. This is because of the structure of their stinger. The honeybee stinger is hollow and pointed, similar to a hypodermic needle. It has two rows of lancets, which are like saw-toothed blades. It looks and functions like a screw anchor, which means that once inserted, the stinger cannot retract. Muscles connect the stinger to a venom sac, which releases a cell-destroying toxin into the hole. The structure of the bee's stinger is such that once it punctures human skin, the bee cannot yank it out without self-amputating. As the honeybee attempts to remove the stinger, it ruptures its lower abdomen, leaving the stinger embedded and pulling out a string of digestive material. The end result is a gaping hole in the abdomen. It's kind of like bleeding to death, except bees don't have blood. The scent of the honeybee's venom indicates a threat to the hive, and strangely, it smells like bananas. Honeybees, of which there are approximately 10 species, do not die when stinging other insects or spiders, which occurs only when the bee believes its hive is being invaded. This is due to the stinger's ability to pierce an insect's relatively thin exoskeleton and be extracted without causing damage. This is not the case with Asian giant hornets, which have a thick outer skin that protects them from the stings of Japanese honeybees. Instead, these honeybees swarm an invading Asian giant hornet, using the heat generated by fluttering their wings to slow cook their rival. Human skin, on the other hand, is much thicker than most insect exoskeleton, causing the stingers to become lodged. When a bee flies away after stinging someone, the stinger remains, and the organs of the guts are pulled and detached, effectively disemboweling the person. The bee, which now has a hole in its abdomen, might live for several hours after stinging, but it will eventually succumb to fluid loss and internal organ failure. A research was once conducted to confirm that honeybees, the most common bee species worldwide, are incapable of surviving after stinging a human-like target. Over 200 bees that has stung the target were marked and returned, and none was alive the next morning. Other bees, on the other hand, can survive after stinging a human because their stingers differ from honeybees. Bumblebee bees have a smooth stinger, which allows them to sting multiple times without dying. Other flying stinging insects, such as hornets and wasps, have stingers that are similarly smooth, allowing them to attack a target multiple times without dying. So, what causes bees to sting? What motivates honeybees to go on the attack? Are they naturally aggressive animals, or are they misunderstood? Well, honeybees, like most bees, are timid when they are not protecting their hive. The only two significant ways to get a bee to sting you are to protect the sting by grabbing or squishing the bee so it does not have the option of fleeing, or by approaching its home nest too closely. Rather, another flying stinger may have tarnished the bee's image as a hostile creation. Wasps, which are more brazen and aggressive than bees, commonly carry out insect stings that are mistakenly attributed to bees. Female honeybees, also known as worker bees, are the only ones that sting. If a perceived threat is deemed too large for a solitary female bee to handle on her own, she can seek assistance from her sisters. She accomplishes this by emitting an alarm pheromone, which her sisters recognize as a signal to defend the colony. This pheromone in honeybees contains the molecule that makes bananas smell ripe. An upset honeybee colony may smell strongly of bananas. Each hive has approximately 60,000 worker bees, a few hundred male drones, and a single female queen. Worker bees serve as disposable soldiers for the colony, gathering nectar, pollinating and defending the nest. They are all female who are infertile. The drones fertilize the eggs laid by the queen. The queen bee only stings when competing for dominance with another queen. While hornets and wasps are more aggressive, honeybees are more docile and typically only attack when threatened. Are bee stings dangerous? Stings are painful and irritating for most people, but they're not generally dangerous. A non-allergic person can tolerate 10 stings per pound of body weight, and most people can tolerate up to 1,000 stings. The pain caused by some bee stings is caused by melittin, an acidic compound found in their venom. This causes pain receptors to fire. Most people who are stung will experience some swelling as a result of histamines. Bee stings, on the other hand, can be dangerous if not fatal to people who are allergic to them, though they are very rare. Severe allergies can cause death within an hour of being stung, usually as a result of respiratory dysfunction or anaphylaxis. While this may sound terrifying, it only occurs in about 1% of cases, usually in adults over the age of 40 who have been stung in the head or face. Have you ever been stung by a bee before? Would you like to experience it? Leave your comments down below. Thank you all. I mean you watching this in particular. Thank you. I love you. Please subscribe and like this video to get it to more people. See you next time. Goodbye.